So, as you know, Megan and I just got back from a trip to Hawaii, and I'm here to tell you this was the weirdest trip of my life in one specific way, which is this. I'm just going to say before we get into this, I feel very awkward talking about money. I feel awkward talking about spending. Megan and I, and I'll explain this sentence in a second. Megan and I stayed at a hotel in Hawaii that costs $1,000 a night to stay in. Here is how that worked. My voice just cracked. I'm so weirded out by talking about this. We did not pay $1,000 a night to stay in this hotel. I basically spent the week in Hawaii being the richest I will ever be, and I never, ever, ever want to be this rich again. This is the lobby of the hotel. It's insane. I can't pull up a picture on I guess I could pull up a picture on my computer. Here's what happened. Megan works as a PA, physician assistant, which is a medical job. We went to this trip because it was a medical conference for Megan. So she does continuing medical education, which means that the hospital that she works for pays her to take classes that continue to teach her about medicine. So the conference is at this hotel. The hospital gives us money. The hotel also like vastly discounts the rate for people who are going to the conference. Megan, I wish she were here because she is the world's best traveler, and she's so freaking good at traveling. And I'm gonna try and clue you into some of her different strats. But here's the deal: Megan, as a medical worker, got a thing during the pandemic called the Companion Pass from Southwest. Southwest's Companion Pass means if one person buys a ticket, you get a second ticket for free. The year after the pandemic, Megan and I used the shit out of the Companion Pass because it meant that all of our flights were half off. We could both travel to a place for the price of one of us traveling to a place, at least in terms of the flights. We used it so much the year after we got it for free, Southwest gave it to us for free again this year. So Megan's work pays for her hotel room. Megan's work pays for the conference. Megan's work paid for her flight. My flight, because of Companion Pass, means I got added in, which means that we basically got to go stay in $1,000 a night place in Hawaii for the cost of food, the rental car. Of course, there's costs involved, but it was insane. I'm here to tell you why I will never go to this lovely place again. It was incredible. I'll never live that life again, partially because I never want to live this life again. I'm here to report to you, as a person who grew up very white, I feel very comfortable saying this, as a person who grew up very white trash, as a person who grew up with like vehicles in front lawn sitting on concrete blocks so that because the wheels were off of it, as a person who grew up like crazily not well off, I'm here to tell you I will never visit this place again. It was awesome. It was really cool. But I think being rich is not for me. And I'm here to tell you why. I got a list of concerns with this place. First things first. We pull up in the car. My jaw hits the floor. 3 valet people immediately run out. They get our bags. They grab in a very kind way, they take the keys from Megan. And we're like, oh, we were thinking maybe we could park it ourselves. And they were like, no. No. They won't let you park it yourself. They take the keys. We're like, okay, I guess we're valeting. I guess that makes sense. It's not what we would ever choose to do, but I guess we're valeting. They grab the bags. They're like, we'll take them up to your room for you. You're like, we don't even know what room we're in. They're like, don't worry. We've got it. Just see your way inside. We go inside, immediately handed a little glass jar of like guava juice. The glass itself is chilled. They put a lei around each of our necks. Oh, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Indigestion. Welcome to the redacted name of the resort, which is directly on top of the thing. Hi, how's it going? Your room's not quite ready for you. We got in at like 9 a.m. That's fair. Sure. Can we do anything for you in the meantime? Megan has to head to her conference. I'm going to hang around for a little bit. I'm like, I'll just sit. I'm going to get some work done real quick. I do some work, whatever. We get up to the room. Megan's not there yet. We get up to the room. They give me the key. We get in, and this is where the problem starts. The person handling our bags meets us up there, and he says, would you like a tour of the room, Mr. Indigestion? Mostly I'm trying to find my wallet so that I can tip the person who brought our bags up to the 6th floor. Would I like a tour of my room? What do you mean? I immediately start to say no, and then I'm like, okay, sure, let's say yes. I mean, at this point, we're in it for a social experiment. I'd like a tour of my room. How big can the room be? Not that big, it turns out. It's just a room, a bathroom, a balcony. But here's the deal. The excessiveness does not come in the size of the room. First off, Here are your controls for the fan and the lights. There are 4 different settings for the level of light. The controller for the light, any point in the room or anywhere, you can hit any of these buttons and it controls the room in the entire place. Same with the fans, all of that jazz. Okay, sure. He walks me over immediately to the safe, assuming I have any valuables. I pat my empty pockets for the lack of valuables that I have. Here's your safe. Here is the balcony. The thing he shows me about the balcony is the balcony doors, when they open, it immediately turns off the air conditioning in the room. When you shut it again, the AC kicks back on. The AC is wired to the balcony door. Takes me over to the fridge. The complimentary fridge has glass water bottles in it, 2 full ones. If you ever need any more water, feel free to call us using guest services on the phone, which is located right here. Sure, that sounds fine. Would you like any ice, sir? I was like, oh, I don't need any ice right now. But I would love to know where the machine is what I said. He gives me a look. I'd love to know where the machine is. Oh, sir, you'll just call guest services for ice. Is there a machine on our floor? Is there not a machine on our floor? Maybe it's... No. You'll call guest services for ice. I just want to know where the ice is so I can get some ice. I can't... They won't tell me where the ice is. They won't tell me where the ice is. I don't know if I don't have access to that part of it, but no. In this hotel, in this resort... One does not get their own ice. One must call to get their own ice. Okay. All right. Sure. He won't tell me. That's fair. I couldn't find any money, so I couldn't tip him. So I had to tip him again later, which was insane. But so here's the thing. He's done with the tour. It's great. Whatever. We continue on. For the next couple of days, here is all of the stuff that I've picked up about why I won't stay at a fancy hotel like this again. Gio says this sounds like a nightmare for my social anxiety. I'm in the exact same boat. I walk downstairs. I've got like a napkin from the muffin that I was eating. I start to look around. I notice something weird. There's no trash cans. There's no trash cans anywhere. I can't see a single trash can in the whole place. I'm walking, like I walk the bottom floor. I walk the top floor. I can't find a trash can. So then I sit there, I crumple it up and I put it in my pocket like the white trash that I am, thinking I'll throw it away when I get back to my room. I don't freaking know. I'm walking around. I walk to the pool area. There's no trash cans. I walk through the main lobby. There's no trash cans. Where are all the trash cans?
You literally stayed at a Hitman hotel.
No trash cans. And then I see a person drain their coffee cup. And I'm like, that person has trash in their hands. Where are they going to go? They walk over to a little, like, I don't even know how to show it. They walk over to a little, like, rock decoration inside of... like a little rock decoration. They step on something with their foot. A lid pops up on a hidden trash can. They are sunk into the ground. The tops of the trash cans are meant to look the exact same color as the rocks. You can't even find a trash can. So that's exciting. I'm like, okay, great. Trash cans. It's a camo trash can. Sorry, just let me consult my list of other things that made my heart turn over as a person who is not that wealthy and never wants to be ever again. I'm about to go. I'm about to go grab something for lunch. I want to exit. I go up to the valet and I'm like, "Hey, I'd love to get the car. Whenever you bring it around." They're like, "Sure." It turns out I do some talking with him. They won't let me park the car. I basically have to use valet, which to me is insane, right? Because like, why do rich people do that? To me, one of the best parts of having a car is the ability to grab it at any point in time and go run an errand with it and then get rid of it at any point in time. You just park it. Like adding a social interaction where one, I have to ask or talk to someone or ask someone, which is fine. I like talking to people. I like being polite with people, but I have to do that. I also have to tip, like running your own errands, SMH, poor people. Like I'm a person who likes to have access to the car and I don't like sort of social conversations that I don't exactly need to have. Anyways, I finally, I'm done with the car, whatever. I go to sit on the beach. Actually, it was by the pool. I go to sit by the pool. I don't need a towel. I'm just going to sit by the pool and do some reading. I sit down in a lovely lawn chair that probably a pool chair that probably costs the same price as my monthly mortgage. I'm not sure. I sit down in a lovely pool chair. I swear to God, my butt hits the bottom. 2 seconds later, an ice water is being slid onto the little table beside my pool chair. and a person is standing there with not one, but 2 towels in hand saying, "Sir, would you like a towel for your chair?" At this point, I'm curious. Sure, I'd love a towel for my chair. I get up. They put a towel cover on the chair and then hand me, which covers the entirety of the chair, and then give me, it has a little hood to like slide over the top of the chair. And then they give me another towel just for my own personal use. At this point, I'm starting to get worried. I'm like, all of these things are going to cost. All of these things are going to cost. The valet did cost, but that's just part of it. The chair towels are free, apparently. The rest of the week, anytime you sit anywhere on one of these chairs, someone arrives, they have water, they have chair towels, so that you don't sit on the very expensive chairs, I guess. I don't know. This is low-key terrifying. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Metal contract. Yes. We sit down to dinner outside one of the nights. We sit down to dinner. We get our drinks. We get our food. Of course, all of that stuff is like prohibitively expensive at this place. We traveled really well for not paying for full price for anything, except for the fact that, like, of course, the food is super expensive. Whatever. I got a pizza, as is my way of doing things. To the table next to us, the server brings over a little metal contraption. It's like a kind of wide base, and then it tapers up, and then hanging off of it are 2 helicopter blades, 2 metal, shiny helicopter blades. The metal contraption spins. It's like the helicopter blade on top of your hat, like the little hats. Metal contraption, blades are spinning. Like, what kind of futuristic, weird, like, is this to help with like the energy in the room? Like, what exactly is happening? Turns out it's to keep the flies and or bugs or gnats or whatever away from your table. It's fly repellent. Yeah. The shining lights and the like disturbed air, the shining reflection and the disturbed air keeps flies away from the table. This is the resort that would object to the comparison to a hat helicopter. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Although I did see a kid whose parents were wearing like all Gucci everything. I swear to God. Parents, I did see this kid. Parents are like decked out. Again, outfits cost more than my mortgage. He shows up to dinner wearing the same Adidas hat I have on, I swear to God, and yellow dirty Crocs. And at that point, I'd been there like 4 days, so I'm looking down on the kid. I'm like, oh, wow, Adidas hat, huh? Interesting. The super light hat from Adidas? Wouldn't have been my choice for dinner. Wouldn't have been my choice. And then I realized what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh my God, they've infected me. Oh my God, they got straight to my head already. I've been here 4 days, and now I'm looking down on the kid. Okay, last one. I think this is the last one. Let me check my list. No, 2 good ones left. 2 good ones left. First night we're there. We're back at the hotel. It gets dark at like 5:30. We've eaten by like 6. We get back to the hotel room that I had to take a tour of earlier. It's like 7 p.m. Megan and I are frankly like getting ready to get in bed. Knock on the door. Like, what? Shit, what was it called? Tuck-in service? What's it called? Oh, shit, what's it called? Does anyone know? The service where at night... Hi, Riley. How's it going? He's changed. Turn down service. Thank you. Turn down service. Which I had never heard of before. Turn down service. What? Turn down service. Like, no thank. I'm naked at this point. I'm like, no thank you. But then immediately I turn to Megan. I'm like, Megan, what's turn down service? What's tuck-in service? What's turn down service? Is it where I crawl into bed and they turn down the sheets and like tuck me in? Are they gonna read me a story? Are they gonna like bring me some warm milk? Like, what's the deal? What's turn down service? It turns out turn down service is like basically they remake the bed even after they already made it once earlier in the day. They like refill your water. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring you ice from the ice machine that doesn't exist. I don't know exactly what they do during turn down service because I never said yes to it because I have standards. I have principles. Anyways, they offered turn down service. The final thing that happened in this resort, which has convinced me that I don't ever want to be a rich person. I can't do it. I'm not made for it. There's like some shops inside of the building. There's some shops. And one of these shops is called Goop. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of the store Goop. I hadn't heard of Goop. However, Megan had heard of Goop. Megan Googled 2 words to show me what Goop was. Goop, egg. We are living in a simulate. I cannot believe what I have read. I cannot believe what I have read. Gwyneth Paltrow owns a boutique health supplement-ish company for rich people that sells jade eggs for vaginas. Those are the 3 words. Jade eggs for vaginas. Those are the words. How did you not hear about the coochie candles? I have never heard about the coochie candles. Megan showed me this, and I swear to God, I turned beet red. She was like, can we go in? And I was like, hell no, we cannot go in. And frankly, if you go in, I'm going up to the room, and I'm calling a lawyer for a divorce. You can't go in there. We can't do it. You can go in there if you want. She didn't go in, but that's the highlight of it for me. From valet that is mandatory to turn down service to a tour of the room to goop jade eggs for vaginas. Anyways, I'm never gonna be rich. I want to stay white trash for the rest of my life. I can't do it. I'm never letting Meg talk me into a fancy resort ever again. Shout out to her. She actually planned the whole vacation. She's a legend. Of course, I don't actually hold it against her. In fact, she's the one who holds a job that lets us go to places like that. But